Michael Gottlieb had asked Justin Baldoni if he ever went to HR in regards to Jamey Heath's situation with the trailer after that June 1st meeting with Blake Lively. And Justin Baldoni said no because they seemed to have resolved it. And he's like, well, when did you find out that the version of um, how, Blake Lively experienced it was vastly different than Jamey Heath? And he said, but it really wasn't. At that time, it wasn't very different. And the interesting thing is, I'm going to say, for the most part, it still isn't different. If you compare Jamey Heath's deposition and Blake Lively's deposition, the only difference is that she meshes the June 1st meeting with the trailer meeting, meaning she ends up saying that something happened, a conversation happened in the hair and makeup trailer that really happened on June 1st when she was relaying the situation or the conversation with Jamey Heath. Like, Jamey Heath was like, she never told me in real time. I found out on June 1st that she experienced it the way that she claims she experiences it now. But like at that time, that was not her story. She didn't even mention it to me. You know what I mean? The interesting thing too is that Ezra Hudson was like doing the deposition for Jamey Heath. And she said that all three witnesses said the same thing, that they said, no, 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 don't come in kind of thing. That's not what Blake Lively said in her deposition. So I'm surprised that there was no objection from like Jamey Heath's lawyers when like literally at least the deposition that we've seen so far from Blake Lively, that's not the story she tells. And so I'm going to go and share with you what we do know. And the interesting thing is, even though we have like depositions from Vivian Baker and Ann Carroll, I thought we were going to see the pages where it talked about like the trailer. And both of their pages don't show the trailer conversation. And I'm wondering why. Why are we not seeing the deposition section about the trailer? That's the most important part. There's supposed to be the two other witnesses. So is that coming out soon or what? Because we don't have Ann Carroll and Vivian Baker's section around this, all we can do is get one section from Ann Carroll's deposition that they used on Steve Sorowitz's deposition. So the only other ones we have is Justin Baldoni and Alex Sachs' recollection of what they remember Blake Lively telling them on June 1st. And then we also have Blake Lively and Jamey Heath telling their versions. And I'm telling you, aside from her meshing like what happened in the June 1st meeting with what she claims happened like in real time, like that's the only difference, like literally. So I feel like Ezra Hudson was lying. And I'm like now a little bit grossed out by Ezra Hudson because I feel like she blatantly lies. And I used to respect Ezra Hudson. I know that's kind of wild, but I thought she was a good lawyer. But I don't feel comfortable with a lawyer that says all three witnesses claim that they said, no, 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 don't come in, when literally at least a portion of the deposition we have of Blake Lively, that's not what she says. So let's look at it. So the way this is going to work is the bullet points, the black bullet points are Blake Lively. The outlined bullet points are Jamey Heath. Yellow is Ann Carroll. And green is Justin Baldoni and blue is Alex Sachs. And it starts off by saying, according to Ann, that Blake was having body makeup done in the trailer by Vivian. We heard the door open and looked and went, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it was Jamey at the door. I grabbed a cutting cape, which was over my chair, and held it up to try and cover her. And she said, Blake said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't come in. And Jamey says, it will only take a second. And that's when all of the action was happening. This is what Blake Lively says. Blake Lively says that Jamey knocks on the door and makes it seem like he just came out of nowhere and just walked in. But according to Blake Lively, Jamey does knock on the door. According to Jamey, Justin, him, and Alex all went to her makeup trailer and he knocks. So both Jamey and Blake both say they knock. These are their depositions, okay? Now, according to Blake, Jamey says, we've got to talk. And she says, we can't talk right now. I'll be there in a few minutes. I'm getting done as fast as I can so we can have this meeting. And Jamey was like, oh no, we've got to talk now. And Blake said, I'll meet you there in a minute. I'm undressed. I'm getting ready for the meeting. I'll be there in just a minute. And Jamey says, if we don't meet now, we can't do that meeting. Then Blake claims that she says, okay, fine, you can come in. Okay? Blake says, okay, fine, you can come in. Now, according to Jamey, Jamey heard some sort of come in or yes or some indication that led him to believe it was okay to open the door. So Jamey comes in, according to Blake Lively, and Jamey says as he was stepping up, he saw that Blake was leaned back, and she looked what he thought was either breastfeeding or nursing. And he says, oh, it looks like you're busy, I can come back. So that's his version. Then according to Alex's text message to Ange, Blake said on the June 1st meeting, Jamey went into her trailer. Okay. Then Blake said, okay, you can come in, but please don't look. Can you turn around? And so Jamey's version is, as Jamey turns around to leave, she says, no, that's okay. You can come in, just look away. And Jamey says, sure. And he never saw the front of her. He just saw a familiar position of her either feeding or nursing or pumping. So according to Justin's memory of what Blake said on the June 1st meeting, when Jamey entered, Blake said, come in, I'm getting my body makeup done, so please turn away. And then according to Alex's text message to Ange, Blake said on June 1st meeting, and she was like, oh, actually, I'm getting body makeup done. Well, you can come in if you don't look. And then according to Anne, Jamey stayed in the trailer. So according to Blake Lively, he did turn around and face the wall. And according to Jamey, he walked over the side and looked away. So according to Blake, she was in front of the hair and makeup trailer with both her hair and makeup person working at the same time. And she was also helping, mirror. It was mirror. She was in front of the hair and makeup mirror, not trailer, sorry. Blake was in front of the hair and makeup mirror with both her hair and makeup person working at the same time. And she was also helping so things could be done quickly. Jamey said the meeting had to happen on her time, like on Blake's time, the meeting we were about to have because of the turnaround time. He said that this meeting has to be on your clock. We don't have time for this. According to Jamey, he was trying to negotiate with her. Could they do it tomorrow because he was worried about the turnaround time and losing money, and there was a conversation back and forth. According to Blake, she said this isn't a personal meeting. This is a production meeting to discuss how to make the set better and smoother. And Jamey argued that it should be on Blake's personal time. And Jamey said, my personal time is important to me because sorry, that should be Blake. So, sorry, I'm seeing my errors. So Blake said, my personal time is important to me because I have a newborn baby. When I go home, I prepare for the next day. I feed my baby. I work out. I have a lot of responsibilities. I really need my time. And this is not a personal meeting. It's a production meeting. Now, according to Jamey, Blake eventually says no, and she had to have it that night, and she would not waive any sort of turnaround time and do it off record. And according to Anne, all she says is they had a discussion. According to Blake, as she's having this negotiation with him, she turns to him and he's staring straight at her. And he's no longer facing the wall and he's staring straight at her. So according to Justin's memory of what Blake said on the June 1st meeting, he said that she said when Blake turned around, she had noticed that Jamey was looking in her direction. And then, according to text message to Ange, Blake said on the June 1st meeting, apparently Jamey was looking in her direction the entire conversation when she turned around. Now, this portion is the thing that differs between Jamey and Blake, which is that she claims that this conversation happens in the trailer, and he says he never even hears this until the June 1st meeting. She claims that she says, Jamey, what are you doing? You said you would turn around. And Jamey said, oh, sorry, I like to make eye contact with people when I talk to them. And Blake says, you need to leave. Okay, that is very different from what Jamey recollects, which is that conversation, this statement, it happens in the June 1st meeting when she tells him that she thought he had been looking at her. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize. And then she said, oh, I didn't think you were trying to cop a look kind of situation. Anyways, so according to Blake Lively, Jamey leaves the trailer and she finishes getting ready. According to Jamey, he leaves, walks down the stairs out of the makeup trailer where Ange, Justin, and Alex were. He reports to them she wants to do it that night. He tried to convince her to do it tomorrow, but she wants to do it that night. And according to Anne, also that Jamey left. So, Anne's retelling of it does not confirm that what Blake Lively said happened. like in the conversation was. She just said they had a discussion. She didn't say what kind of discussion. What were they saying? She didn't do a play-by-play the way that Blake Lively did. Blake claims she was incredibly shaken, and so were her hair and makeup people. Now, obviously, we don't have the full deposition for Ann Carroll and Vivian Baker, but like the portion that we did get to read from Ann Carroll through the Steve Sarowitz deposition, there's no mention of her like feeling shaken, but they could have asked that in a follow-up question. Blake claims she finishes up her work and went in and took the meeting. And so Jamey Heath says she walked out 4 or 5 minutes later, greeted them, said hello. And Jamey, Justin, Ange, Alex, and Blake all went into her trailer and had the conversation she wanted to meet with them about. And the sources I have are Steve Sarowitz's deposition, Alex Sachs's deposition. Now, mind you, the Justin Baldoni, Jamey Heath's deposition I used is the one that Blake Lively's team released. So I don't know if those portions were in the other released depositions of theirs, but hopefully it is. And then we also have it from Blake Lively's deposition. But I mean, I don't think Justin Baldoni was incorrect when he said to Michael Gottlieb that their versions wasn't really that different. And it's wild. It is wild what they're saying now. They're totally trying to change what happened in the trailer, totally trying to change what happened in like the birth video, everything. Like they're adding all these new things that they never said before. And it's a good thing they got Blake Lively to do her deposition before they tried to change everything. And I mean, they tried to do it in the hearing. They tried to go and say a bunch of things that Blake Lively never claimed when she got deposed. So